What's up, y'all? Peter Kriebel here, breaking down Drake Maye All-22 film versus Clemson. This is the first video that I'm doing. I hope to do a ton of these, all different positions, and if you stick with me through draft season, I should have something to say about every player taken in the first 2 rounds or so. So let's get into it. I'm not going to show you every play, just the ones that I think are notable. Give us an indication of a player as a whole. So first play here. Hits the drag route over the middle. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Probably something that they should have done more of, considering how successful it was, how much man coverage they saw in this game. But we'll get into that in a minute. This play right here illustrates one of the areas of improvement that I'd like to see out of Maye. It's just a dig route. I get that there's a linebacker coming free, but there's no reason for him not to give his guy a chance to make a play on the football. And he just puts it in the dirt. Really, you'd like to see him hang in there and give his guy not only a chance to make a catch, but to run after it, right? Because that's man coverage. He's going to see that all day in this game. So this play only ends up being a gain of a few yards, but I like it out of Maye right here because you see him navigate the pocket, and there's nowhere that he should throw this football because everything downfield is completely blanketed. His receivers are getting pressed. They're getting covered. There's nothing that there's no window that he should force the ball into, and he does a good job. I mean, right here, we're going to get the end zone angle. Let's watch him on his first read. Doesn't like it, obviously. Doesn't like anything. Maybe he stays on it for a little too long, but anywhere he was going to look, he wasn't going to like what he saw. And he does a really nice job stopping on a dime and falling forward for a few yards. That's a good job, not making a dumb mistake or taking a loss. Wow. There's a lot to like about this kid, right? I mean, right here, it just throws a beautiful deep ball. Vertical throws in general are a strong suit of his. He has a rocket for an arm, but you see the touch right here. Just leads his receiver perfectly when he puts a little bit of loft on it. That's awesome. That's why people are going to fall in love with this kid. Here's another one that's just kind of a questionable miss out of Maye. You see, it's not a ton of separation at all, but let's give our guy a chance to make a play. And if you go to the end zone angle here, it's not like there's a lot of pressure, right? I get on the first one that we saw on the dig route that he put in the dirt, there was a linebacker coming free. This is a clean pocket. This is a really clean pocket in the NFL. And, you know, sometimes it's going to be airtight, and you just got to give the guy a chance to shield the defender and make a catch. I get it's not pretty, but it's just something I'd like to see him do a little bit better. I will say, Clemson is getting away with a lot of holds that would not be called clean in the NFL. Like right here, you can see, I mean, he's getting grabbed all the way. And it makes the throw look a lot worse than it really is. I don't want it to seem like I'm being overly critical here, right? You're a top prospect. It's going to be nitpicky. But I would love to see this ball out in front of the receiver, right? I realize that there's this safety coming down, and maybe he's trying to protect his guy. But in man, let's put that out in front and give him a chance to make a little bit more of a gain afterwards. Ball placement, once again, give the guy a chance to run after the catch. Now, this play is just outrageous. This is why he's going to be a top 5 pick or whatever. Fading away, just dropping a dime 40 yards down the field. That's pretty incredible. And you might not, you know, he puts a lot of air under it, so you might not think arm strength naturally, but fading away, I mean, that's like Kobe Bryant right there. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if there's basketball in his background. That's an incredible play. Receiver barely had to break stride to catch that ball. That's Josh Allen-ish. That's nicely done, and that's routine. Like, man coverage in the NFL is not going to hold up if you have a quarterback who can just put it out in front of a receiver. It's a routine play, but it's a good job right there, showing me something that, you know, I had questions about. That's another thing. If you're going to face all this man coverage, defense turning their back to you, go ahead and run. You're a good athlete. Doesn't like his first read. Pumps on his second. Yeah. Holds it too long. Like, I don't think you can kill him for taking a hit right there. Because nothing is open. You look downfield. I mean, the dig is taken away. The corner is taken away. I don't know if that's a deep comeback or a fade ball. That's just a fade ball. But everything is taken away. His receivers are blanketed. So I don't mind him taking that hit. I get why people would have concerns about that. But hopefully you have guys at the NFL level who are going to be able to separate a little bit more than that. Okay, right here, he actually gets nice separation from his receiver. That's a good move. That would be a ridiculously difficult throw, right? You're throwing from the left hash, wider hashes in college football, all the way over to the boundary. But it's the first, I mean, you're throwing in rhythm. He's able to get it off in rhythm, doesn't have pressure around him. Let's give our guy a playable ball. I'm not going to kill him for it because, like I said, that's a hard throw. And he does a good job getting it out on time, but he has a strong enough arm to make that throw. And it's another situation where it's just like, give him a chance, right? We can't deal with the air balls. All right, here's one where I'll actually get on coaching a little bit. I recognize that that receiver at the bottom of the screen does manage to get some separation, but Clemson is not doing anything. They're not disguising their coverage at all. It's man coverage with single high every single play. So 4 verticals, like, is that our best call? I realize that the slants and the digs aren't getting open, but to just run 4 people in a straight line, I don't love that. I don't think you're putting your quarterback in a great position right there, and he ends up checking it down to a running back who's completely covered. Here's another one where I just want the ball placement to be a little bit better. Takes one hitch, gets it out in pretty good rhythm, but let's put this on the boundary, right? Don't make our receiver open our hips and take a shot from the safety. I have some accuracy questions already, but, you know, I'm not going to kill him for that. Like I said, it's a tough throw. Here's one where I don't know what the coaches want him to do, okay? There is absolutely nowhere to go with this football. You have all these routes that are supposed to be able to beat man coverage. You got the slot running this deep crosser, another receiver running a post. Granted, there's a middle field safety there. Slant behind that. Nothing is getting open. So I don't blame him at all. Here we go. I like this. Using his mobility, stepping up in the pocket, knowing you're facing man coverage. That's a good way to stress the defense out. Here's another one where a better ball and the receiver's running for another 10 or 15 yards. But he's limiting the amount of yards that the receiver's able to make after the catch because he puts it slightly inside, gives the corner a chance to run through and make a tackle. It's still a good play, but I just want him to give his receivers a chance to make more and make it a great play. Here's something I would have liked to see more of in this game. Because Maye is such a good downfield thrower, let's have a plan, right? Let's plan for him to throw the ball downfield. Right here, you see a 6-man front out of Clemson. You don't know who's coming, who's not. They end up sending the house, but Carolina has a plan for it. Motions a receiver over, tight end over. I give him credit, sneaking his nose in there, blocking it, and Maye's able to get a throw out on time, leads that receiver, really gives him a chance at least, kind of at that front pylon. Here's another beautiful deep ball, slot fade, just dropping it in away from the corner too, really putting it on the boundary. His guy drops it, but I mean, that is an NFL throw and a high level one. There we see him breaking tackles. So I don't know if that's going to be NFL athletic. I don't know if he's breaking that tackle in the NFL, but the speed will translate. He is, I hate to say it, but sneaky fast. Yeah, see, there we're getting into some trouble. You can't really throw an out route that late, especially in man coverage. Actually, the timing isn't bad. The timing's not bad. It's just such a far throw, and it's inside. Like, I'm not going to kill him for ball placement on that one. But it's just one where, you know, maybe we're pressing, we don't like anything. And when your receivers aren't, like, separating at all, you can't really blame him. But honestly, the timing isn't so bad. It's just, that's a very difficult throw. Good throw, in rhythm, nice and easy. Keeping it away from that defender. That's what we like to see. That's what I've been hoping to see more of. Here's another one that's a little bit of a head scratcher, where you have a crosser. It's not great separation, but there's a place to throw that football. If he puts that kind of right on the 50-yard line, leading him upfield because the corner's kind of undercutting it. Now, that would be the perfect throw. I get it. You know, I sit here and totally nitpick, but we're not giving these guys a chance. I want to see him give them a chance. There we go. That's a good throw. You know, just an easy throw to get in rhythm. Maybe that's a little bit of what's been lacking in this game. So that's the video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I wasn't overly critical, right? Because there obviously is so much to like about his game. He's huge. He has a strong arm. The accuracy and touch on those deep throws, just wonderful, right? That's what you want to see from a potentially top draft pick. There are areas to improve, right? Some of the ball placement, and limiting the receiver's ability to make yards after the catch is a concern for me. I don't know if it's fair to say that's a characteristic of his game after only watching one game, but we'll watch more. We'll figure it out. But obviously, a lot to like. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and let's go through this draft season together.